Hello everyone, welcome back to the Star Wars Toys channel. And today what I wanted to do was an organize the collection live stream. And what sorry about that. What I mean by that is, so I haven't done a live stream in quite a while, and one of the reasons for that is because recently, with what I've got going on with my family, several months ago we had to move, and Star Wars collecting kind of gets put in the background when something like that's going on. So when we did move, the Star Wars collection was kind of hurriedly packed. It was packed very fast, and when you are moving, and one of the problems we were having was kind of like not having enough boxes. And so when we were getting boxes and stuff, we would just fill them with Star Wars, close them, stack them in the corner until we were ready to move them to the house, kind of like pre-packing. And here's a little tip for anybody: if you're ever moving and you're needing some boxes, go to the liquor store, at least the one near us. If you go in there and ask them, they'll happily give you a ton of boxes. So the situation that I find myself in is I had to reset up an area to film videos and everything like that. And on top of that, I have to organize the collection. And I've had to fit the collection into a much smaller space than I had before. So one of the problems I have is right now what you see around me, and there's a little bit behind, off camera, behind the camera. This is about all I have to work with right now until I can get a little more organized. So what I've got going on is, off to the side of me here, I have a giant, from floor to ceiling, stack of boxes that was my collection hurriedly packed so we could move. And then behind me, in the next, there's another little room behind me. I've got another stack of boxes, somewhere between, I never officially counted, somewhere around 40 to 50 boxes that are smaller little boxes. And I want to start going through the collection and trying to organize it. And I thought it would be fun to do that on a live stream. I can kind of open the boxes, we'll go through them, see what's in them. But the ultimate goal is I want to get my collection from being in a bunch of smaller boxes that I have trouble accessing things, to getting them to less boxes but larger boxes. And plus also I want to be able to, like, if I'm looking for a particular figure, oh, I can go to the box full of Black Series and go through it and get what I need. So, and also I want to tell you guys, because I've already seen one person say hi to me, and hello. The way I'm filming this right now, I can't see the chat, so if you're trying to chat or anything, I'm sorry I can't respond to it, because I'm doing this by myself right now, and so all I can see is the camera lens right now. I can't see any screens. I have my computer turned off. I'm using my phones and stuff like that. So, but what I want to do is just start pulling these boxes down. And behind the camera, what I have is another stack of boxes that are empty, and I want to start, as I'm going through these boxes, putting them into other boxes to organize them. So over time, the collection will get organized. There'll be less boxes, and then I'll be able to find the items I'm looking for. Because there's some videos I have an idea I want to make right now, and I just can't, because I have no idea where the figures are. So that's what I'm going to try to start fixing today, and we'll do it on live stream and have fun with it. So let's just get started, and I'll start pulling boxes down, and we'll see what's in them. Because to be honest, some of them I have no idea, just because one of the other things that's happened is I kind of organized things to get this set up and get this set up. I don't know if how well you can see it on camera. There's a big display case right here full of figures. I want to get this organized in a way that it is just better than this. I can't think of a better word for it, but I just want to get it organized better than this. So the things I have behind me are things that I'm going to make videos for in the near future and stuff like that. And some of these things, like, you know, right now I'm looking at the Forces of Destiny Princess Leia figure, and it's just not something I'm planning on making a video on anytime soon. So I just kind of want to put her in storage and maybe fill this shelf up with some Black Series or something like that. But that's what I'm going to do today, and we'll see how long we can go before we get bored and we turn it off. So, but I know you guys can't see them right now. I have a huge stack of boxes right next to me, and I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing them, and we'll start going through them on camera. So I'm going to move Captain Cardinal out of the way here. All right, I'm going to get up and move around for a little bit, guys, but I'm still here. All right, so what are we going to grab first? We'll start at the top and work our way down. So, and this is one of the problems, again, I was talking about this a second ago, we had when we were moving. Sometimes this was the only box I could get my hands on, so the collection, some of the collections in little tiny boxes like this. All right, so I know what I'm looking at already. So we have a vintage collection, Luke Skywalker 50th anniversary, Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. And all right, actually, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay. So actually, there's two of these in here. I must have got a good deal on them somewhere, because to be completely honest, I don't remember where I bought them. But I know where to put them. We have a box for them. All right. So, okay. And the next thing we got is, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't know what to call these things. They're like these in-box little figures that I mostly see them at Ollie's, and I'm trying to think. I think I might have got this one at Dollar General, to be completely honest with you. I started seeing these popping up at Dollar General for really cheap, but it's I'm not even sure what to call this line. It's just, but it says Hasbro on the box. It's Grogu and his little hover ball, or pram is what they're calling it. But, and one of the reasons I bought these is because, yeah, they're a cheaper figure, and they're I think they're 5-point articulations, but I just wanted to check them out and see the quality of them really more than anything. But I got Mandalorian in his chrome armor, and Bo-Katan also. So we got 3 of those. And the behind the camera, what I got going on is I got 3 boxes. One is going to be for Black Series, one is going to be for 3 3/4 inch figures, and then one is going to be for what I would categorize as other. But, and to be honest with you, I think these qualify as, I only opened one of these. I think these might qualify as like a 5-inch figure. So we'll put these in the other box in a sec. Okay, so this is Star Wars. Say What You See. Is this a game where you proceed with a series of Star Wars themed puzzle pictograms? The first player to correctly solve the pictogram with the card, first player to correct 5 cards wins the game. So it's a trivia puzzle game. The Quickfire card game, 76 cards. Say What You See, Star Wars. So it's a little card game, and that will go in the other category. And then finally, the last thing in that box was, I sense a disturbance in the Force, and it is actually a greeting card that is from my brother and his wife, and I actually believe this is a birthday card for me. And one of the things that's kind of, I guess, cool about being a collector, and you let your family and friends know that that's what you do and that's what you're into, is over time your family and friends start to buy every and anything Star Wars they come across. And then all your birthdays are Star Wars themed and your cards. But I pretty much just get cards from them and a gift at this point. But one of the things I like to do is I like to hold on to things like birthday cards, greeting cards, and calendars, because later you can, I've been lazy about it, but the goal is I want to cut them up and turn them into like collage art. Like you can, like this one's kind of silly. It's got a Darth Vader cat, but some of the ones that have more serious, you know, it's easier to do with a calendar, but you just cut out the cool pictures and glue them. You can make collages, but it's just something I've had on my to-do list that doesn't ever get done. But all right, very good. One box down. So it's a very small one. But, oops, cut away from yourself. Be safe. Okay. Very good. One down. I'm going to go ahead and put these items in the other box. All right, let's grab another one. $60 eggs, but there's not 60 eggs in here. But yeah, this is how desperate we were when we were moving. Not that we were in a bad position or anything, but we just didn't have enough boxes. This is what it turned into. So, all right, very cool. So what I'm seeing first off is a die-cast micro machine from episode 1. It's one of the speeders from Naboo. So that's pretty cool. That will go in my excuse me, other box. And then after that we have another episode 1 die-cast metal Trade Federation battleship micro machine. So, and to be honest, I wish I bought more of these back in the 90s when they were all over the place. And I've got a bad feeling about this Star Wars, the card game. So it's another card game. It looks like some sort of game where you outlast your rivals, what it says on the box. Escape danger and you're doomed, or you're doomed. Alright, so this will go, it's another card game, into the other category. And then, yeah, this was floating around all the stores a couple years ago. The Han Solo card game. I'm trying to remember what they call the game. Spock or something like that. Alright, so another card game. So, and that's one of the things that's kind of interesting as I'm collecting more and more is, like I said, I'm starting to get into things that aren't figures. It's almost just more merchandise. So I'm actually kind of getting some pretty interesting stuff I want to do a video on one day. And then something I ordered through the mail a long time ago that I don't remember. Oh, okay. I think I know what this is. Oh, okay. So this is a micro machine from the Star Wars fan club. And this is one of the plastic ones, but I don't remember the story behind this one, to be completely honest with you. But it's a little Star Destroyer and a little Vader figure with his saber out. But apparently I kept the box for it, but apparently this was something I ordered through the mail back in the good old Micro Machine days when they were hot items. So, but it appears everything is an other for this box. So, and it looks like I may have to start making just a Micro Machines box. So, all right. All right. Let's see who's next. All right. Okay, yeah, I remember this guy. Okay, so this is actually one that's a video on the channel, but this was Han Solo's speeder from the Solo movie. And out of box, and I've got Solo here in the supposed to be the younger version of him in his white, in the white outfit. But to be completely honest with you, I don't really have a place to put that right now. It's one of the things I'm trying to get better about is, in the past I would open things like a ship, and then I may have the box somewhere, I have a stash of boxes, but I would discard the box or put it aside, and I've learned over time that it's better to keep the boxes because you can always put the item back in the box, and it's actually pretty great for storage. So this is something I'll probably deal with later just because it's kind of an odd thing, and I'm going to have to find a special box for it that fits it. But alright, that was a little disappointing. Okay. Another box. Oh, okay. Yep. I remember these guys. So, these are, oh man. This is a case of 5 vintage collection figures, and they got damaged. And there's a story behind that, which I kind of made a stupid mistake. A couple of years back, I still have the table, I just don't use it as a coffee table anymore, but the table I had in front of my couch had a glass display case on the top of it. And I thought it'd be really cool to fill it with action figures. So I did, and I put ones that were still in the package in there. And then I had a family member, and it was a case with a glass top, but it wasn't watertight. And I had a family member spill a drink on the table, and it leaked all over the figures. And they didn't want to tell me about it, so I didn't know about it till later. And the figure themselves is fine, but the cards got water damage. And I have a Kylo Ren figure here, and he's starting to, luckily they put little tape on him on the sides, but the glue is popping loose and the bubbles coming off, so that's a little disappointing. And they weren't in this bad a shape when I put them in this box. I put them in this box separate just in case there was any kind of damage that could spread to other figures, but and the card just has warpage to it. It's not destroyed or anything, but yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, I got some water damaged vintage collection. There's a Kylo Ren, and this is the one I was most upset about. It's a Target exclusive. I just happened to be scrolling. I remember buying this figure. I just happened to be scrolling on Facebook in a collector's group one day, and one of the guys in my area said, "Hey, Target's putting these on clearance." And I went to a Target near me. I walked in there, I had one left, and I got this thing for I think like $2.99. But it's a vintage collection. It's Han Solo in the Stormtrooper outfit from A New Hope, and this is the one I was most upset about. And the glue's holding on this one, but you can see what happened to the card. It's not pretty. So, but yeah, just a box full of vintage collection. I got with the sticker on it, a Walmart exclusive. This is Stormtrooper Minban from the Solo movie. And the same thing, we got a little card damage. And then Shadow Trooper, which this is a cool figure, I like this. And this one actually, there's a little water damage on the card, but not as much warpage. But there you go. And finally, the Force Awakens First Order Stormtrooper. And he's kind of in the same shape. There's a little bit of water damage on the card, and the glue is starting to pop loose on the bubble. So, but 5 vintage collection, and yeah, I remember why these guys were putting their own special box. One of the things I was worried about is if mold started forming on the figures. I didn't want that spreading, so I put them in their own separate box, but I think we're safe from that now. They're definitely dry, but unfortunately damaged. So, alright, very cool. Another box down. All right, so we'll grab a big one. This kind of feels like Christmas morning. All right, so all right, I can already see what's in this guy. So one of the things that's been going on with me lately is, or not me personally, but one of the things that goes on around our house is my wife has started getting really into garage sales, estate sales, and Goodwill stores, things like that, and she enjoys that kind of thing, and that's fine. But whenever she goes in there, if they have anything Star Wars, it usually comes home with her. So this is a box kind of full of like oddities and things she's picked up at a garage sale or Goodwill, something like that. And I actually thought this was really cool. So what this is a wall lamp that looks like clearly the Death Star, but it lights up. And it did light up. There it goes. I don't know. But you can see the holes light up, and then the turbo laser has a green plate behind it, so it looks like it's lit up green. But this is actually one of my favorite little things she's picked up because it's pretty cool. I've never seen anything like this. I don't even, to be completely honest with you, I don't know who manufactures this. I just see made in China. So, but very cool. I like this thing. It's just a little lamp with a little Death Star lamp. So definitely going into the other box. Alright, yeah, so this is mostly what this is. It's a bunch of mishmash stuff that got picked up at a garage sale by my wife. And this is one of those figures that it's Obi-Wan from the prequels, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not sure which line this is from, because this is all I got. I don't have any of the accessories. But yeah, when you move his legs, he spins and flicks his arms, so, whoops. Okay. It's a pretty cool little figure. I just haven't decided what to do with him yet. Definitely another. Okay, and so here's another thing. I kind of remember these floating around back when, I'm pretty sure it was when the Phantom Menace was coming out. And again, this is a garage sale find, so parts missing, but it's a Qui-Gon Jinn statue, but it's all one color. And if I remember correctly, when you bought these in the store, they came with paint, and you had to paint them, or you could paint them as like a little activity. But I never personally bought anything like that, but found it at a garage sale. So, but yeah, you can see where he's got the way his fist is. He should have a lightsaber, it looks like. So that's another cool little item for the other box. Okay, so I never really got into these things, but again, this is a garage sale find from my wife, going out and garage sailing, and it's, again, I can't remember the name of this line, and I remember them in the stores, and I just remember not being that interested in them because I've never really been into the crossover thing where they cross over franchises, but this is a Transformer Star Wars, and it's a Republic gunship, as you can probably tell, and it transforms into a clone pilot, I believe is what it is. It's one of the pilots, and clearly there are lots of parts missing. There's the guns on the wings, and they're missing the barrels. I don't even see the arms for the character, but I haven't really spent the time to figure out how this guy transforms, but I know it's a Republic gunship and a clone trooper pilot. So, but I do remember seeing these in the store. It wasn't my thing, so I never picked them up. But, and what do we got here? Okay, so these are some other interesting ones that got picked up at a garage sale. And yeah, these go in the category too. It's like, I'm not sure what these are called or what line they're from. And To be completely honest with you, I think they may be knockoffs or not officially licensed by Lucasfilm. Let me see here if I can read it. I can't really read this one. I think it says Lucasfilm on the bottom, though. Yeah, it does. It says... Let's stand up under the light here. Okay, so it's got the Lucasfilm stamp on it. It says 2006. I do not recall seeing these around back in 2006, but it's a little... They're like hollow plastic, like a chew toy for a dog. But it's Chewbacca, and he's like... smooth. He doesn't have his fur texture. It's kind of weird. But there was a set of them. This is kind of what makes me think they were not licensed by Lucasfilm, because if you look at this, I can't tell if that's a stormtrooper or a clone trooper, but it's some sort of trooper, and these might actually be dog chew toys, to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure. But I got a whole set of them. There's also Vader. You know, they're kind of cartoony looking and stuff. So there's a what appears to be a very happy Yoda. So, and he does have the lightsaber. So I don't know if he's prequel Yoda or OT Yoda or... Okay, so, and then of course, fan favorite Boba Fett actually has the backpack. That's actually a pretty cool little figure. So, yeah, I'm not sure what these are. It says Disney China Lucasfilm Limited 2006 or 2008. I don't know. I don't have my glasses. So, all right. And then I remember buying this guy. It was a couple months back. The fam and I went to a flea market near us, and there was a vendor there. It was just kind of selling... he just had bins of random toys out, and he was selling them for like $2 for $3 or something like that. And there was just this sad Han Solo, and I do remember these, but I can't remember when these were in the stores. But I can't remember what these are called, because he has absolutely zero articulation. He's like a statue. He's frozen in this position, and you can clearly see we're missing the blaster. But I don't know, I just felt bad for him. I saw Han sitting there in the toy bin. I was like, I can't leave him here with all these random toys. So I saved him. He's got this like metal pin shooting out his foot. And so clearly he went to something. And yeah, I remember these. This looks very familiar. I wonder if there's a date on this guy. I don't see one offhand, but yes, this is like a Han Solo statue I saved from the flea market. So, going to the other box, and then finally I have this. It's a collector group I was part of on Facebook. It's the Georgia Alliance of Star Wars Collectors, and whenever they had get-togethers, they do like little merchandise, and this is a little thing to keep your drink warm or your drink cold, excuse me. But they would have merchandise printed up. It's pretty cool. It's got some Star Wars artwork on one side and the group's logo on the other. So, very cool. But that is that box. And to be honest, I'll be glad to get rid of this one. It's falling apart, and it's huge, and it was in my way. So, alright. But yeah, that's where I've been. I haven't been buying as much lately, just because of things we got going on at the house right now. But when I do, it's usually I'm really getting into the whole garage sale thing too with the wife, and you can actually find some pretty cool stuff at some of them. But it's actually pretty rare when you find Star Wars stuff nowadays at a garage sale. So let's do a couple more and call this a stream. So, all right. Ooh. This one's heavy. Okay. So, this is 4 of the Force Link starter packs that come with the Kylo Ren figure. And this is kind of my own fault. There's probably some behind me at some of these things. I've got a lot of these because I just have a bad habit of when these got reduced so much because people weren't buying them. You could pick these things up for, I don't remember what I paid for it. It wouldn't have been more than a few dollars because I didn't want it that bad. But you could see initially that, I know I'm pretty sure I bought this at a Kohl's, but they have a $35 price tag on it initially. And I know I didn't pay that. I think I paid like $3.99 for it. But it's just a bad habit I got. When they're really cheap, I'll buy a bunch of them, and then I end up with a bunch of stuff. And so, yeah, this definitely, the whole, I'm sorry, box is falling on me. All right. And then there's one 12-inch figure of Ray, and I know a lot of people, just to show you guys what's in this box, I'm not kidding. Somebody overbuys. Okay, so believe it or not, I actually really like these figures. I've only opened a couple of them, and I know they get a bad rep with the fans and the collectors. They're not really that popular, and I know they made a ton of them. So you couldn't usually find them pretty cheap at the Ollie's and the discount places. But when I do open these, I really like them. It's kind of like a old style figure with 5-point articulation, the retro ones that they're making, but it's just 12 inches. I mean, it's really cool. I actually really like these things, so I plan on making some videos with these guys soon. So, all right. So, other than that, pretty much everything is other. We haven't even found a single Black Series yet today. I'm kind of disappointed by that. All right, and then let's just keep going and see what we found. Oh, okay, yeah, oh, cool. This is another thing that was one of the things I bought way back in the 90s. This is the play set. It's out of the box. I opened it for the Ewok Return of the Jedi. This is one of the booby trap trees. This is Power of the Force. And the catapult with the rock is in here. And a little bit of dust. Bunnies. And then, yeah, this is the shield generator door. So it's actually one of these things. It's kind of a nightmare that it has a double set of doors, like from the movie, and they slide on this little track, and it doesn't line up that great, so they constantly fall out. But you can see there's a set of doors in there, and the doors are not attached, so you have to keep them in this little track. But it's just a little play set from Power of the Force that was the shield generator. So, but it was one of the things when I initially bought it, I opened it up right away, so it's just a box of opens. So I have got to find a good way to store them. So, and I'm really mainly trying to separate in the other boxes of stuff that's still in the box a little bit, except for weird stuff like this. This should actually be really cool right there. It should hang it up. But yeah, opened Power of the Force. I'm gonna have to deal with that separately. And what do we got here? Oh. Right. So this is some more of the weird stuff that doesn't really qualify as toys. This is from back when I was opening every single figure I bought, and I didn't purchase anything with them. This is my bag of Jedi Master Points that were the little tabs you cut off the back of the packages from Power of the Force, and I think it went all the way through Phantom Menace. Yeah, I can see Gungan Warrior right there, or Gungan Assault Cannon. But yeah, and it's a fun idea. It's a cool thing. I just didn't follow through on it or ever order anything. I know I ordered some of the Power of the Force stuff, like the Force Spirit Obi-Wan and stuff, and then this is when the Phantom Menace was first released. This is the cardboard box the VHS came in. It's not in here anymore, but it's just one of those things. I don't throw anything Star Wars away, and it's kind of beat up a little bit, but you can see where the VHS tape went. So, man, that seems so long ago, buying these things on VHS. And I do have the VHS tapes. I just keep them in a separate box, but this was like the outer like packaging for them, and I didn't want to throw this away either. But this is the OT trilogy when they released it on DVD, and this is just the empty box. They're not in there, but it's 3D stamped on both sides. It's a pretty cool little box. And then this is the special letterbox collector's edition box of the Star Wars trilogy from way back 1992, Fox Video. But this was one of the VHS sets. I'm trying to remember how you open it. There you go. And yeah, mine got a little damaged, and I remember when I bought it, it was that way. I didn't do this to it. There's nothing in here. It's this empty box that holds it was the VHS versions of the original trilogy. And yeah, you don't even hear that terminology anymore. Letterbox. It's all widescreen now, but that's what they used to call it when they were first starting to put this stuff back out, was letterbox. It's letterbox edition. And then, oh yeah, okay. So, this is an open copy, and to be completely honest with you, I don't know why I have it in here. Of Revenge of the Sith. It's still in the wrapper. Believe this was from Walmart for $19.99. So, and I think, yeah, it's widescreen, but I need to put the DVDs. And then the last thing in this box is kind of goofy too. This is, and I wish I had not done this. I wish I had just kept the cards, but this is all the little data cards on the back of the card backs that you would cut out, and it was like a little file card that had and told all this information about the character. But this is all my Power of the Force ones, and I actually spent the time and cut them out, and I never did any. I had them in a file box for a little while, but then that just got repurposed. But got a bunch of those, and then they started changing them to these like little paper pamphlets. Here's the Aura Singh one, and it kind of like folds out. But again, I have this issue. I can't throw anything Star Wars away. So, and then yeah, some of the like 2-packs. Here's the one for the X-Wing fighter. It's still on like regular cardboard, but yeah, I got quite a few of those, so that's what's in there. But you can see why I still need to go through and organize quite a bit. There's a lot of things that aren't figures, that aren't, regular toys. It's just stuff I've collected over the years. And let me see, we'll put a pretty big dent in the wall up here. Let's see if I can grab one more, and then we'll call it. Okay, so yeah, I gotta start getting these guys all together, because I've got some in a box over here, some in a box over here, some right behind me. But it is the Forces of Destiny figures, and, well, I guess some people call them dolls, but I don't know, I just look at them more as like a 12-inch figure. But this is that little animated show they tried to target towards girls. But this is a young Ahsoka, and she comes with the little cat. But Forces of Destiny, Ahsoka definitely goes with the Forces of Destiny. Then this is one of the coolest Chewbacca's I've ever seen, because it just looks weird. It actually has real fur, or not real, but he has fur, and then he has like this plastic face glued onto him. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it just kind of reminds me of an old action figure from like the 60s or something. It's kind of weird looking. But it's a giant Forces of Destiny Chewbacca. Excuse me. And then the last thing in this box is a Forces of Destiny Luke Skywalker and Yoda from The Empire Strikes Back. So, but that's it, guys. We're going to wrap this stream for today. I'm going to try to start doing these on a regular basis. I'm really trying to go through my entire collection. This is just some of it, what you've seen. And I got to get it organized to where I can function in this room, and just to the point where if I want to find figure X or whatever, that I know where it is, I can go get it and have access to it. Because right now I can't do that. I've just literally, I did a little short on it on my channel, but I literally have a mountain of boxes in my basement that I have to go through, and I just thought it would be fun to do it on stream and show it to you guys. We go through the collection together, but that's it, guys. We'll do this again next week, and I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're enjoying the videos that I'm putting out, and my plan is to keep doing it. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.